Stephen, nice to meet you. I'm James.
James, nice to meet you.
What a view this is, right?
It's gorgeous, man.
Fucking amazing.
Best view ever.
So amazing. Man, what do you reckon the leading cause of death in this world is?
Man, that's a tough question to come with an answer on your own, like without, the other, misleading answers that a lot of the, companies give for commercials and whatnot. I mean, it's definitely us killing each other, man. That's what I would think.
Yeah? Okay, what if we involve other species? What's the biggest cause of death on the planet?
Biggest cause of death?
Yeah.
Still, I was going probably just us humans.
Yeah, us
killing
humans.
all
But
of
do you know what it is though, right? Like the biggest cause of death is throat slitting.
Throat slitting? Oh well, yeah. I guess if you take all the way they kill the animals, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So think about that, man. Don't you reckon that's a pretty big statement? Like the leading cause of death on planet Earth is throat slitting.
Yeah.
Does that sound pretty hectic?
That's really yeah. I mean, put that on a pie chart, man. That would make an impact on itself, man.
I mean, on a pie chart, it would be mostly throat slitting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
98%
Because
of it or something.
Think about how many animals a
Exactly.
human will go through.
Exactly.
Not even in their lifetime.
Do you know,
just,
every second, 2 humans die,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just all together, 2 humans. I mean, this is what I read today, so I don't know, maybe it's wrong, but this is what I read.
Mm-hmm.
2 humans per second. Do you know how many animals die per second?
How many?
In a slaughterhouse, at least 3,000 a second, not including sea animals, I don't think.
That's ridiculous. I mean, that's crazy, man. And that's
3,000 a second.
even if that's
Throat
just
slitting.
half that. I mean, that's already bad.
Right.
I mean, even just half that's bad.
So, like, what do you reckon other life forms on other planets, let's say that they were definitely out there or something, like, I'm assuming they were out there, what do you think they would think of this Earth? Yeah.
Looking down on it, I mean,
Thinking about that fact.
I would hope the fact that they have the ability to look down on here. I mean, what else are you gonna see? I mean, yeah, you might get, they might be fortunate enough to grasp, a random act of kindness, but man, I mean, if you look at, you go out to a farm on its own, which, I mean, if you look up most of the lands, even in Hawaii, most of the land is farmland. What's going on in that farmland is a lot of slaughtering, like you said, a lot of slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
A lot.
you're gonna see a lot of war and violence. And
Yeah. Like,
unnecessary aggression. Yes.
right? It's pretty crazy world, man. It's kind of like planet throat slit or planet slaughterhouse or planet
right.
murder. Planet murder. Like a
a
billion animals a week murdered.
I mean,
a billion.
imagine an advanced civilization that can produce food, looking at something. I mean, and as far as we've come along, in our technology, we're still out there cutting throats.
Exactly. Exactly. We're still just slitting throats out there.
It's like, okay, hey, you guys have achieved this. You guys are at this level of technology. How do you guys get your food? Oh, I cut its throat.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
really? With all the other modern answers you have to living, all the other things you go, oh, how do you call a cab? Well, I press a button on my phone and it knows exactly where I'm at because there's a satellite that positions where I am. But you get your food by just gushing blood out of this creature's throat. It's like you can't think of a better way. Yeah.
Wow, that is a really interesting point you just made, dude.
Yeah,
How is it so barbaric still? Just
right?
throat slitting,
As a world
the
we're
most
at.
normal thing.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
everywhere.
think about it. It's like, okay, think about it to our very, very first ancestors. Looking back at them, how did they get their food? They probably bashed something in the head and cut its throat.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all they could think of. That's all the tools they had available to them. They couldn't do anything else. Thousands of years later, what do we still do?
Right.
What are we still doing?
This is 2017, man. It's not 20,000 BC.
And they're doing that, but see, and even at their rate, they do that to one animal, and that lasts, they make that stretch out to, at least a few days to a week, when they're stretching out these animals. Us, we're doing that, almost, one human. I mean, like you said, 3,000 a second. I mean, it's crazy.
Whoa. Over a billion a week. Over a billion a week, man, in slaughterhouses, not including sea animals, that's just land animals. Over a billion murders a week.
And that's putting them
to
that's skipping over the lifetime of torture that they go through.
A lot of them, yeah. Most of them. Yeah.
The experimentation, the torture.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the part that
so
puts
much,
an end to
dude.
it.
There's so much of that as well. Like, there's so much to that side too. Have you thought about this much before in your life?
I have many friends that are vegan. Actually, I'm gonna be it's gonna be like when I started, practicing like being a vegetarian.
Oh.
When I was staying with my friend a little bit, it was tough.
Like
at
recently?
first. Yeah, recently, like this maybe last year.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, at the end of this trip, I'm going to be staying in China, staying at a Shaolin temple there for a few months, and there will be completely vegan. Just
Sweet, brother.
vegetables and rice.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome
I'm really
as well.
looking forward to that.
Wait, I don't know if it's going to be more awesome than this view though.
Oh my God. No.
Like, damn, this camera will just never. Oh, that kind of does it justice a little bit. Look at how sick that is. Anything else you want to add on that topic, bro? That we were just talking about, Planet Slaughterhouse. Even though, look how beautiful it is. Why is there so much throat slitting happening on such a beautiful place?
Anytime you think about cutting an animal's throat, why don't you go look at a sunrise instead? All right. 'Cause I'll tell you right now, you're gonna like this a lot better. And this is gonna last you a lot longer.
Crazy world, man.